Me and a bar, we was all so deeply in love. He met and I'm the one. Welcome to the Arbitrary People podcast. I'm your host, Makhi Davis. My best friend Jasmine, she's the producer. I love you, Punky. This is our podcast where we talk about very arbitrary things, like how Jasmine's battery be dying in the middle of the podcast sometimes. Or not in the middle of the podcast, but at the beginning of the podcast. Or how I've been awake since like 6 a.m. The thunder woke me up. Or how I went to the movies with my grandma. I love you, Granny. And, we went to go to the movies and we saw the movie Sinners. I kind of regret seeing it with her because it was a bit much for a 63-year-old woman. I ain't forget my grandma's age, okay? Around her birthday, June 23rd. June 23rd. It's June 23rd. I know my grandma's birthday. I love her. Okay, I know everybody's birthday. Okay, Jasmine, stop it. I'm gonna throw this red. I almost said pen marker. I'm gonna throw this red marker at her. I went to the movies. I saw Sinners. It was a very good movie. So far, I'd say it's my movie of the year. Until Fantastic Four comes out. But yeah, I'd say for now it was my movie of the year. It was very good. Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler, they did a very, very, very good job when it comes to that movie. So yeah, and it was a very good movie. So before recording, I thought of a story to tell. Once upon a time, I got locked outside my house, and it was snowing too. That was the worst part. It was cold. It was in middle school, 7th grade. It was around 2018. My mother had just given me my house key that I've had for the past like 5, 6, 7 years. It's on my foot. And so I'm gonna hit her with this red marker. My mother had just given me my house key. And so I remember like one time, like I was locked outside my house and like, I go to school, I go through the school day, I get up on the bus, I do the bus ride, get home. And so, usually at that time, most of the time, the only way I would really enter my house is through the garage. I'll hit the code. I have the little thing where you gotta lift up the thing, you gotta enter a code. And, I'd enter the code and it will open. But for some reason on that day, it didn't open for whatever reason. I was freezing. I was wearing jeans. And you know how it is when you wear jeans in the winter. The back of your knees get really cold and you don't want to walk. You just want to float and fly like you're Superman. But you can't. So you just got to wear jeans and deal with it and have the back of your knees be cold. And, and I was freezing. And so I'm like, dang, how am I going to get in the house? And I was like, I have the house key. And then I remembered I forgot the house key at home during the school day. And I was like, oh, it's in the house. How am I going to get in? So I called up my mom. I was like, hey, Ma, can you like come home real quick? I'm freezing and I'm outside the house. I forgot my house key. And I was like, oh, so like, is this how I go out? I'm gonna just be freezing in the cold, like The Shining. At the end of The Shining, just I don't want to go out like that. If I go out in any way, I want to go out either. I've thought about this. I get all my homies, all my friends, Jasmine included. We get on a rocket ship and we fly into the sun. Either that or, I just pass away peacefully in my sleep while I'm watching like Family Feud in like 80 years. Jasmine in the bed next to me. I imagine by then we live in the same senior center. We gonna get there one day, I promise. She's shaking her head no, but she know it. But yeah, it was very cold outside. I didn't want to be out there, and I'm sorry. I have ADHD like you. Well, no, I have autism. Well, no, but she be getting me in trouble. But yeah, it was very cold outside, and I didn't want to be out there. So yeah, and then my mom, she came home, unlocked the garage, or not unlocked it. She opened it, and I went home. I did my homework, and yeah, I don't want to think. Oh, I randomly got flashbacks to 8th grade. Jasmine, you remember when I lost my retainer? Ah, man. Me and Jasmine, we talk about this all the time because I remember one time in 8th grade, we were eating, I think we were eating like, how like when how, especially for Gen Z, how like when you were in school and they'd feed you like chicken sandwiches and whatever, and burgers. Sometimes they'll make you chicken. The chicken be busting. But, like, I remember at lunch, see, I have a retainer because, me and Jasmine thinks I'm old for having a retainer. And so I had to take the retainer out, and I wrapped it in a napkin. I ate my food, and then and then back then I was so careless. I put my retainer back in like the little food thing where the burger is, and I accidentally threw away my retainer. And then at the end of lunch, I was like, oh, let me put my teeth back in, or how I said it without a retainer. Let me put my teeth back in, and 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 then I realized, wait, where's my teeth? So I do that thing where like you check to see if you got any of your belongings. Like you pat your pockets, you pat your, especially if you're wearing a hoodie. You check the hoodie pocket, and then you check everything else, and you're like, wait. I'm like, oh, I'm cooked. And then I started thinking like, oh, my mom gonna whoop me because she spent 2 G's on this retainer. She spent 2 G's. That's rent. That is rent. Matter of fact, that's the bill. That's the light bill, house bill, car bill. That's just bill. And I knew I was cooked. And so then I had to ask one of the deans and the trash guys, like, hey, can you get my retainer? And then like 5 minutes later, they found my retainer. I was so thankful. I was so thankful. I was like, oh, I'm not cooked anymore. My mom could save those 2 G's for that Mustang she want. That she'll get in like 7 years. She got that Mustang this year. So yeah. Also, speaking of Jasmine, Jasmine, or my lovely producer, my bestie westie friend, she done got me these rings. I love showing. I remember she got me these rings today, and I just been feeling myself. Man, I know how like how people's wives be feeling. We're like, oh, David proposed, and then they be showing you the ring like this, or how guys be feeling when they be getting like fake NBA rings. They just start doing pictures like this, just they're like, hey, just, they just be doing all that. And these aren't like even like the only ones that she got me. She got give me a second. Fingers. She got me this. She got me this. I got like 5 more in my pocket. She got me this one. I really like. She got me the snake one. I'm only gonna wear this one when I'm feeling bad. She got me this one. I really like it. It don't really fit, but I'll take it. And she got me this one. I like it because it's like dominoes. She gave me one that had like mushrooms on it and stars, but like I didn't want that one. It reminded me of Mario too much. And, she also gave me a frog one. I don't really like frogs. Oh, you looking at the frogs? Rabbits are better. Um, I think that's all. Those are all the rings. And then in my pocket, it's just chapstick and my wallet in the other pocket. I just remembered. Me and Jasmine, we did a photo shoot last Sunday at the Bottle Work District. Go check it out on her Instagram. Um, I remember after we left that day, I was checking my pockets, and I think I left something there. I left my glasses cleaner, and I remember when I checked my pockets, I was like, oh, I'm cooked. I'm cooked. But yeah, I took that everything. You better cut this. I took that glasses cleaner everywhere with me. I even took it to the apprenticeship with me everywhere. I took it with me every day, even though there were days that like I forgot it. I remember I went to the apprenticeship one time and I forgot my retainer. I had to close my mouth the entire day. I ain't speak. I ain't say one word. I ain't say nothing. I was silent like Jason or like Michael. If I had to speak, I would just be like, "Huh? How are you? What up?" Either that or I cover my mouth and speak. Because I ain't got time for people to be seeing I had like 3 missing teeth. I don't want them to be thinking I was like a normal looking hobo. So, at that moment I just accepted like it is what it is. Jasmine just showed me a note. She was like, sing a song at the end. I'm like, she doing this because she know I can't sing. She compared my singing to like a dead cat in the road or like hearing a baby hit the stairs. What? Oh, that one Janet Jackson song. I forgot how it went. God made me in a bar, was also deeply in love. He meant I'm the one, fun, babe. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play it. Okay, that's all. That's all I gotta do. She grabbed the notebook. I probably got ended now. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. It was just me yapping. I didn't really have any structure. The last 3 episodes we had structure. Only the last 2. Now she want me to do a dance. She know I dance like a cockroach, or like I dance like Stephen Hawking if he had the ability to walk again, like after. Cause I be in the kitchen. Okay, I gotta end it now. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope to see you again. Check out the last week's episode if you haven't. And I hope to see you again next time. If I don't, I'm gonna sing Somebody to Call My Lover by Janet Jackson in front of your family. And you're just gonna have to live with that.